excited, so call me back. Okay, I love you. Bye.
What's up, you guys, and welcome back to Emotionally Online, the show for spilling guts and sharing secrets. And today, for our final episode of season 2 of 2023, we are joined by a very special guest, a repeat guest in the Emotionally Online cinematic universe. We've got one half of the Lad About Nothing podcast, an official lad, my dear friend Robbie Nunes.
What's up, Maddie?
The sleepover vibes
I
are
am
here.
full sleepover vibes.
We got blankets out.
Yeah. I'm comfy. Hopefully I don't. No, I'm not going to fall asleep. I'll be good not to fall asleep on a podcast.
Couldn't say the same for Friday night at Robbie's holiday party.
I did have a little holiday party. I fell asleep at the end of the party.
There was not a lot of people there at the end. It was just a few of us. But we were all sitting in Robbie's living room and having a middle of conversation. Robbie's like full horizontal on the couch, and he goes and turns to face the inside of the couch away from all of us. So it went from like laying and having a conversation like, oh, you're going to fucking bed. You're facing the inner corner of the couch. We've lost him. I
saw the picture. And I was like a big spoon position.
Yeah. That
was like I had like I was like, this is too like weird, almost sexual the way I was laying on the couch. I like to stay up late. You guys put me to shame. You will be like, oh, I don't stay out that late. I'm not a big party person.
No.
But we stay out late.
I could sit well, as of recently.
Yeah.
I could sit and talk forever.
Yeah,
I feel
same.
like it's when I'm expected to like be on my feet, high energy. Like when people want to go dancing and like throw back shots, I'm totally good
until
on that.
4 a.m.
Cannot do that.
Yeah,
But
I guess I don't really do that.
Sit and talk and casually sip on a drink, then I can do that.
You could do that
for hours.
Like a diner moment. We did a diner,
For sure.
5 a.m. I feel like my latest nights of this year have been with you.
That was pushing it. I feel
that
like
was pushing.
that night was for sure pushing it. I feel like when we go out after trivia and it's like a 1 a.m. kind of situation, that's perfect to me.
Yeah. We also start at 7.
Right.
So it's still a long night.
It is still a long night.
We start at 7 with our pear ciders.
Godspeed. And the last time you were on the podcast, you weren't even initiated into laddom yet.
No, I had not done a single lad event.
And now you're
I'm
fully in.
Full in. I was gonna say balls deep. It's a weird thing to say.
You are good enough. You're almost at game 20, I think.
Oh, I am. I love it. It's very fun. I recommend it to anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. We almost made the playoffs.
Almost. So close. We were 77.
We're not looking great for the new season.
No, not looking great so far.
This is the last week, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So there must be a party in order. We must celebrate. It's December. I feel like I'm just kind of celebrating all month.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've just been at the movie theater every day of the week, 3 to 4 days a week.
Which is relaxing.
Getting my money's worth.
We both saw Poor Things.
Yeah, incredible. 5 out of 5 stars for me.
Yeah, I think same. We saw a bunch of movies.
Which you still haven't logged in your Letterboxd.
I haven't logged a lot of things.
I've been on everybody's ass to get on Letterboxd and start logging the movies they watch just because I want to know. I wake up every morning and it's the first social media platform that I check.
Oh, wow.
I follow 11 people. It's not like, but the people that I do follow are watching movies every day. We've got some film fans.
Really?
Yeah.
I should log, yeah. Because we watched 4 movies. I don't think I've logged any of them.
Yeah, you've got to. Because I feel like most of the people that I follow on Letterboxd are people I went to college with. So they're people who they're getting in there watching the movies. They're making sure they watch every single movie that could potentially be nominated for an Oscar, which is what I'm trying to do this year.
Yeah, I want to do that too, I think. I used to do that. Emma Stone's great. The movie's great.
Emma
it's
Stone
very
is
funny.
fantastic.
Very, very funny.
Yeah. Oh, I thought Willem Dafoe was incredible too.
Yeah.
Which he redeemed himself from that awful movie I watched of his earlier this year. Which I recommend to nobody. Actually, the more I talk about it, the more I want to go back and make the score even lower in my Letterboxd. I think I gave it a 2. And the more I talk about it to people, the more I feel like I'm just firing myself up. And I'm like, maybe I'll go back and revise it to a 1.
You should do it.
It's called Inside, and it's awful.
I don't know if I have anything less than 2.5, but I also don't want to watch a movie that's going to waste my time and be bad.
I think a lot of my low ratings in Letterboxd are movies that I watched a very long time ago, and I remember hating them. Under my current like ranking scale and how I currently rank movies, it would have to be like absurdly bad for me to give it below a 2.
Okay.
Like it would have, like I think
like there's a script and they read the script,
right,
and it's lit
because
well.
it's like if it's
that
like
makes
a
it
bad movie, but I still enjoy the experience of watching. It's still getting like a 2.5 minimum.
okay.
I won't go. I'd have to hate the movie, hate the script, not enjoy my experience watching it, feel embarrassed that I've even logged the movie,
Yeah.
or feel passionately in the opposite direction of what other people are saying. Like Spring Breakers is a movie that I gave half a star.
Because people like it.
I remember hating it in high school.
Okay.
And I remember feeling like pissed because I was a big Pretty Little Liars fan, and Ashley Benson is in Spring Breakers. So I was all excited to see her, but I thought the movie was awful.
Was that Selena Gomez is in it?
Selena Gomez was in it. James Franco.
Oh. I definitely wanted to
who
see
else.
that. I never
Yeah, it was
made
not
it
very
to
good.
see it. It was bad.
And there was also another movie. Have you ever seen Everything Must Go with Will Ferrell?
No.
Another awful, terrible movie. I remember watching that in high school being like, this shit sucks.
Yeah.
And
I feel like high school you're more likely to see a bad movie because you're not, at least this is myself, Rotten Tomatoes snob yet. Where I'm like, I'm not going to see a movie that nobody likes.
Also,
like, I'm not
I
going to
feel
waste
like
my time.
In like middle and high school, it was still like the Redbox era.
Oh, I love
and like
Redbox.
And there was like a movie store in my town. Every Friday, my family would go to the movie store and we'd rent some movies for the weekend. And so I feel like when you were just going to the store, basing it on like the movie poster or whatever was on the fucking DVD.
Yeah.
It's not like you're watching, oh, this movie's really good, I've heard people saying it's good. It's like, this is just on the shelf at the movie store. This is what was in Redbox.
Yeah. My ex, that was the we were a Redbox, like 2011 to 2015.
Yeah.
It was the heyday. It was great.
Yeah,
it kind of was like, why do we get rid of Blockbuster?
That's definitely why I watched movies like Everything Must Go, though.
Yeah.
Because people don't even know about this movie. It's a random Will Ferrell movie. I think he's like getting a divorce and he has to like sell a bunch of his belongings. So he has a yard sale. And it's all about how he's getting rid of like all of his belongings.
And you're like, yeah, Will Ferrell, we'll check it out.
Right. It was
That's
like,
kind
oh,
of the
Will
vibe.
Ferrell's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
It was awful. But then there's other movies that I remember hating in high school that I really want to rewatch now because I wonder if I would like it if I watched now. Like I hated The Virgin Suicides.
Okay.
But everybody seems to really like that movie. And I wonder
never heard of
if
it.
I would like it if I watched it now, even though I hated it when I was 16.
I don't know. I feel like there's nothing that I hated then that I would like now. There's only things I would like then that I would hate now.
My thing, when I was younger, I hated horror. I refused to watch anything scary or horror. And I had like a big shift where I went from never watching any horror movies or thrillers or anything even remotely scary to it being like the majority of what I watch and am interested in.
Interesting.
So I don't know that I trust I'd say thrillers are the majority of what I watch and enjoy now.
I love a thriller. I don't love horror.
I do love horror. There's definitely like some horror movies that feel exhausting to watch for me.
I mean, a lot of it's bad.
Well,
It's
that's
just
why I
jump
like
scare.
it. That's why I like it. Like I love slashers and like very gory movies because I feel like it's funny and it's camp and it's ridiculous. The ones that I don't like are like paranormal movies.
Yeah. Which were very popular when I was in high school. We would go every Friday to the movies to see a horror movie. And at a certain point, I think it was this movie Legion, it was called. And it was so horrible. And I was like, we can't do this anymore. It would be like Unborn Twins. It would just be like a new paranormal thing that was just basically jump scare music every week. And it was just like what we would do as a friend group. And then to a certain point, I was like, we can't do this anymore. One kid every week would come, pay for a ticket, sit down, sit through the previews. As soon as the movie would start, he'd be like, "Yo, man, I gotta run." Like, he would be like, "I gotta go do something in the mall," or "My mom's calling me," or like, and he would leave. And it was just like, bro, you don't have to go. Like, you could suggest a different movie. Like, he would be lying to himself that he'd be able to watch a horror movie. And then we would get, and he would sit down, and he would not be able to do it, which was sad.
Yeah. He just couldn't.
I guess he couldn't do it. He didn't like horror movies. I get it. They are scary.
Yeah. I remember walking out of a sleepover when I was in middle school because they wanted to watch Jennifer's Body. And I was like, well, I'm going home then.
Yeah.
See you guys later.
You were scared. Do you get nightmares from horror movies or no? I've never had that.
No, never.
Where I'm like, this could happen to me.
No. This sounds fucked up, but I always felt like the reason why I stopped being scared of horror movies was, or the reason why I started liking horror movies was after the Boston bombing.
Okay.
Because I felt like I was really like traumatized after living through that because I was there with my family.
Yeah. Your mom ran.
My mom crossed the finish line like 30 seconds before.
Oh, wow.
And I think in response to that, it was from then on that I started liking horror and that I started watching it. That was the turning point for me. And I think at the time it was because it like helped make my own memories feel less scary, or I was practicing being in control of fear. Okay. And horror movies allowed me to like practice having control over that feeling instead of it having control over me. And so I think it changed the way that I enjoyed horror and thriller stuff, and now it's like my favorite stuff to watch.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's emotionally mature.
But it
in
seems
a way
like,
of like, all right, I got to put some training wheels on because I just did a motorcycle of trauma. That's wild. And you trained yourself to be like, okay, we can handle.
Yeah.
But I thought Poor Things was like of the times. It was funny in the way I think people like to be funny, which is like
for sure.
Like I was watching it, not the whole movie, but this I'm Just a Girl. People say that, right? Yeah. Not just
I'm just
a girl. That's kind of what the vibe of the movie was for a lot of it. It was just like I'm just a girl.
I'm just a girl.
And she was just a girl.
How can you expect me to know?
That was like a lot, and I'm like, oh, this is like a popular sentiment. I feel.
But I like this more than Saltburn. This was probably my favorite movie. We saw Past Lives, Saltburn, Killers of the Flower Moon, Poor Things.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the four I've seen that you've seen. And this was my favorite.
Yeah, Poor Things is second to Saltburn for me, but they're both 5 out of 5 stars.
Yeah. It was fun.
But we've got a Saltburn hater over here.
No, I'm not a hater. It just didn't have as much teeth as I thought it would.
Yeah.
I was waiting for something more wild. And look.
You heard it here first.
Wild.
You heard it here first, folks. Fucking a grave was not wild enough for Robbie.
I forgot about that. I don't know. I thought the Promising Young Woman, like I guess I'm comparing it to her other movie, or just like people were comparing it to Get Out, which I didn't think it was really like.
Yeah, it seems very different.
Yeah.
I don't even know
how. It's not.
Yeah.
But also, I think this is maybe Twitter just ruining it for me.
Yeah. I feel like I have been able to have. I think I'm more critical of movies that I've heard a lot about before watching them. I think lately I've been seeing movies like right as they come out. So I've been watching movies and I don't know a single other person that's watched them, which I think has been more fun to me because I'm going in completely blind. I haven't heard anything about these movies. I just saw the trailer and was like, could be fun, and went and saw it.
We watched Past Lives last week, which was fun.
But that's a movie, that's an example where like what people told me to expect and how people pumped up that movie in beforehand made me enjoy it less. Yeah. And I feel like if I had watched that movie when it first came out and went in blind, I probably would have enjoyed it more. But there was like an expectation set where people were like, this movie is gonna emotionally destroy you. You're gonna cry your eyes out. You're gonna feel like the world is shifted because of this movie. And then at the end, I was like, well, I'm disappointed now because you set me up to believe that I was going to feel all of this, and I didn't. And so I was like, if you didn't set me up to expect that, I probably would have liked it more than I did. Which is why I'm like, I need to stop reading so much into movies that I really want to watch, unless they're old as fuck. But
I know, and I just got out of a little situation, and half this movie is in places I made out with. I was talking to somebody, and we made out for one weekend. We hung out for a weekend in New York City. And would you believe half of the locations in this movie are places I made out with this person? I'm like, these are literally the only places that I made out with this person.
Yeah, that's wild.
Like, very specific location. I mean,
it was targeted.
Is like a famous place. Like, Dumbo is a very well-known place in New York, but I haven't seen the carousel in a movie before.
No. But I swear to God, every time I'm there, I see a proposal.
Oh, yeah.
People get proposed to in front of that carousel, like, at least 5 times a day.
And then they do wedding shoots.
Yeah.
Sweet 16 shoots.
You can't be in that park without seeing
365 days a year.
Yeah.
Because I live kind of close to it, and it's just, every single time that I've ever been there. There's the petals, love. If you need to send somebody I love you memo, like looks really romantic with the New York City skyline, you go there, you'll find somebody doing something cutesy.
Yeah, definitely. It is a great little spot for stuff like that.
For sure.
It's kind of packed, though. I'm not sure if I would personally find it. Like, if somebody proposed to me in Brooklyn Bridge Park, I might be like, oh, we got an audience. We got, like, a really big audience, and they're all tourists.
I watch the NBA. I love the NBA. And the other people, men are really delusional when it comes to these proposals. The other day, I'm watching, it's the third quarter timeout. So, whatever. It's not even halftime. The third quarter, they call a timeout, you get a full TV break. That's just like, I guess, the way the licensing for TV goes. And this woman is playing Deal or No Deal. That's like the game that they're going to play. And you could win $500 if it goes incredibly well with the Deal or No Deal. So she's playing Deal or No Deal, and the banker's kind of like lowballing a lot of the like proposals, I guess. And it comes down to like she can have $500 in her cart, or like say $50 is on the table, and the banker offers $80. I'm like, what the fuck is this banker doing?
Yeah.
And I'm watching this thing. They say she obviously doesn't do the deal, and she goes to take her box, and the box opens and it says, "Will you marry me?" And then she turns and her husband is on one knee at the basketball game in the third quarter. And I'm like, unless you guys are obsessed with Deal or No Deal, or like you have this really strong emotional tie to Deal or No Deal, or you love this basketball team.
Yeah.
But if you're just like a fan of this basketball team, and your girlfriend comes to the game sometimes, and like in your head, he's probably like, this is genius. This is so romantic. We're going to propose at the Deal or No Deal third quarter halftime show. I'm just like, some of these guys are just on another planet of what they think is cute and romantic. Yeah. Like, just go out to dinner. That is,
I mean, that's a massive crowd to propose in front of.
With the, like, what? This is not, Deal or No Deal is not inherently romantic.
Yeah, for sure. No. Huge Howie Mandel fan.
It's just like a piece of printer paper in a container. And I'm like, I hope that they love Deal or No Deal, but also
I feel like probably not.
No, I think
it was just completely random.
At like, like it's in a not a major city.
Yeah.
Some of them are horrible.
Yeah, definitely.
I went to 8 weddings last year.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And they're just like, it gets back to the Sweet 16 days. And people just like follow a formula and they don't realize that they're following a formula. Yeah. And it's boring. I want to dance to the Baby Are You Down, 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 down. I'm all about the part. I'm like, we should be dancing.
Do you like the live band or a DJ at a wedding?
I probably would prefer DJ, but the live band is fun.
My list of like do not play at any cost songs would be so fucking long. Like the list of songs that you give the DJ, like
I think you just gotta give him the songs he can.
Do not play this. No Ed Sheeran.
Zero.
Okay. Ed Sheeran. No line dances.
Which is like what?
Any of those like none of that.
I'm cool with both of those.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to figure out what wedding like music I was thinking of though, of like the song. I literally feel like I only hear it at wedding receptions, and I do not like it. And it's a very well-loved song. I know that everyone else on planet Earth likes it besides me.
It is tough because it's like you want songs that people want to dance to. You want songs that people know most of the words. You don't want to be the person who just is like playing only indie music, I guess, at your wedding. Maybe, I don't know, but that's not as fun for everyone, unless everyone that you invite is kind of has the same taste in music.
Literally, the first playlist I pull up is the second
first
one.
song? Okay.
500 Miles. I'm going to be. I hate this song.
I don't like the song either. Yes, I don't like this song.
I hate it.
Yeah. I will go for yeah. No, I'm not a fan of that either.
I hate it so much, and everyone loves this song. Right. You play this song at a wedding reception, and people lose their goddamn minds.
Yeah, people
and it's
want
the worst.
People want easy dance.
My thing is, like, I'm cool with most, like, early 2000s pop songs.
Okay, same.
And I think most people like that shit. I mean, my parents don't give a shit about it, but I'm not, at my wedding, I don't give a fuck about the old people that are there. I'm sorry. Old people can sit and look at me having a great time with all my friends. I'm more concerned about, like, me and, like, the wedding party having a good time.
Yes.
What are the good songs that we love? I don't really care what, like, my older relatives think is. I'd still play some of that music.
There, if we're being real. Like,
it's like I'll play.
My parents would get an invite if they're lucky.
I like some music that my parents would probably like. Like I'll hit them with a KC and the Sunshine Gang.
Okay.
I'm cool with that. Bee Gees. I like that.
Okay, My Girl.
Sure. Why not?
Okay. I don't need. I mean, sometimes you like when the parents pay for the wedding, they choose the playlist too, and that's tough.
No. If my parents want to hear that music, they're gonna have to send me a playlist of songs that they hope to hear, and I'll pick like my 5 favorites and insert them into the mix.
Okay, even if they pay for the wedding.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Does not matter.
Yeah, I agree with that. Otherwise, it's like I'll pay. I want it to be
right. Otherwise,
like, it's not
don't
worth
be
the
generous.
money for me. Yeah. I don't want things with strings attached. If you're gonna be
generous, be generous. If you're gonna try to control my day, then don't be generous.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I don't want anything with strings attached. That's what I tell my parents now.
Yeah. I'm okay with Come On Eileen, but just barely.
Come On Eileen.
Just barely. I need to emphasize that.
Barely.
I'm not going to be like, yeah, let's do it, everybody.
You could do a Come On Eileen to get people on the dance floor.
Sure.
And then bait and switch.
Yeah.
And pull out
throw
what
on
you
like
like.
a G6.
Yeah. Like a G6 is acceptable?
For sure.
Okay.
That might be on my must plays.
Must play. I mean, I like that song.
I love Like a G6. See, that's a song for me that gets the people going.
I mean, that's a fun song. When did that come out?
2010.
How old were you?
I was in 7th grade.
7th grade. I mean, I guess it's cool no matter when it comes out.
Yeah, come on.
I was in
G6 banger.
I was in high school,
movement.
so I was like, "There's a world I'm on a G6 pretty soon." I'm 18. This is kind of relatable to me, actually.
Wagon Wheel is banned.
Wagon Wheel should be banned. Mr. Brightside probably banned.
I'm okay with Mr. Brightside.
You're okay with Mr. Brightside?
I like Mr. Brightside.
It's just cliche.
It is kind of like not a great message for a wedding.
Yeah. What is it about? Jealousy,
bring the
cheating?
Vibe down like a little bit.
There's a lot of songs that people play at weddings that are not. Like breakup songs or certain songs that are not. The vibe.
Darude Sandstorm is a must for me, I think.
What is that?
What on God's green earth?
Sandstorm?
Yeah.
The song?
Yeah. Darude is the artist.
Okay. The guy who did the I think his name was Joey Diamonds. That was his like show name, his film name. But he did all of the sports promo videos of everyone that came out of my town.
Sandstorm.
Every single time, Sandstorm. It could be women's field hockey, men's basketball, football, like people that went to like play professional sports. Oh yeah, no, if it wasn't broke, don't fix it. We just knew if you were getting a promo reel from Joey Diamond's Sandstorm, like so. And it is good. It works.
Yeah,
it's hype.
A great song.
Yeah.
That's the kind of music that would get me excited at someone else's wedding.
How do you dance to Sandstorm though?
You run around in circles. And you're like fist pumping and going insane.
Okay.
Like people, you take up ground with a song like Sandstorm. It's like, some songs you're like dancing in place and you're like moving a little bit. Sandstorm, you're covering that whole dance floor.
Everybody's running.
No,
it's chaos.
Everyone is sprinting in a circle.
Hopefully you're not bumping into people, but that is likely.
Yeah. I remember one of my cousins, and I'm not very close with this cousin. There was few summers ago.
Okay.
I was invited to like 4 weddings. A ton of my family members were getting married. And the cousin that I am the least close with had my favorite wedding.
Okay.
And I really didn't know anybody. I'm not that close with this cousin. And they had my favorite wedding because they were playing songs like Sandstorm and all of their friends were like losing their fucking minds about it. So you have like a whole dance floor where people are like, oh my God! Yeah! Like running in circles. That. Sandstorm was playing. I'm like, this makes me excited to be here. I don't know any of you fucking people. But the whole like, oh, we're going to play like Come On Eileen and we're all just going to go clap our hands and be like, woo. It's like a little...
So you want a turned up vibe more than too?
For sure. But I don't want people to be like trying to be hot in any way. I want you to be like...
Let yourself loose.
Completely free.
Yes.
Having the night of your life.
I like that.
Run around that dance floor.
So maybe like a little darker?
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
I've gone to some that are just like, we're going to fully embrace it. This is all on the Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
And this is just like, we're going to play techno remixes to all these songs that are just like, we're going to fist pump a lot, which I don't hate that.
So... You uncovered something pretty profound recently.
I did. I went home to my parents' house and I was looking through my old stuff and I thought I had this. I thought I had like a bunch of notes that I was passing in high school. I would pass a lot of notes in high school. You did not.
No.
You were not a notes passer.
Well, because I feel like by then it was very...
You had an iPhone.
Yeah. We were just texting in class.
No. So these notes... So I found about 400 notes, which is wild. I'm reading some of them, and I'm just like, what?
Well, I just love that you have them
saved. They are blasts from the past. They are, and it's cool, the ones that have, like, the dates on them, of just, like, this is what was going on in 2006. Yeah. This is what was going on in 2007. But I found, like, about 500 notes. That I'm like, what was I every single day, every single period? I was a smart kid, and I'm like, I guess I just wasn't paying attention. I hit a point where like AIM got downloaded onto my computer in 8th grade, and that was it. I was no longer like into school. I discovered attention from women, and I was like, I love this, and I love to just chit chat.
Yeah.
I love to be flirty. I love flirty chit chat. And boy, would I flirty chit chat because I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these notes. And this is all that I was allowed to keep. I'm pretty sure I remember my mom being like, you cannot keep all this shit. Yeah. And she gave me this little bag. I'll bring up the bag. Whatever you can fit in this, that's what you can keep. And let me tell you, it barely fit. I had to I'm like... doing operation trying to squeeze this to bring here. I didn't even read or go through. There's a ton still in this bag. I went through a few before I came here to see what was usable to talk about and not. But yeah, I have a bunch of these notes. I guess I should read some.
Yeah, please.
But it's like very just like slice of life. Like, hey, thought of you. Like some of them like haven't wrote you a note in a few days. And
I love that. I think that's like, I love little pieces of like snapshots of life, particularly in like the early 2000s, like 2004 to 2012 to me is like the era that I feel the most nostalgic for.
Okay.
Emphasis on 2008 to 2012 for me, but I also like 2004, a lot of great movies came out. So sometimes
What were
I
some
extend it.
2004?
Yeah, like Sleepover, John Tucker Must Die. That
Okay.
era.
I never saw John Tucker Must Die.
Banger.
But I wanted to. I wasn't
Absolute
allowed to,
banger.
I guess, when it came out.
I loved John Tucker Must Die.
And I'm older than you.
Yeah.
And I wasn't allowed to see it. 4 years older than you. They could have fucking handled John Tucker Must Die, Mom. Clearly, I had all these. Maybe I should have seen it.
Yeah, I think that you were covering more ground in these notes than they even do in John Tucker Must Die.
Yeah. All right, let me see. I don't even know where to begin. I think this is the place to begin. Because I discovered something about it. All right, so what we have here is a Sweethearts. Like the candy, like that you get for like Valentine's.
Did your school do like candygrams for Valentine's
Yes.
Day? Okay.
This was not one of them.
Okay.
This was
just
personalized.
completely went out to the
This
store.
is
Personally bought
somebody
this.
bought Sweethearts, cut out a piece of paper on this. This is just goes. My note writing was like, I thought it was not that sexual. Then I'm reading some of these and I'm like, it was sexual, but I wasn't a sexual person really at this time.
Okay.
That much, at all.
That seems interesting for high school.
I would get like. The most I ever did when I graduated high school was a hand job.
But even if you weren't
And
doing
fingering.
things, weren't you like
I guess I was
thinking
horny.
about it?
I guess I was horny, but like not really acting on it.
Because
Because
I never had sex in high school, but I think
No,
that
same.
I was the horniest I ever was in life.
was in high school.
Yeah, I yearned for that time.
I guess I was horny, and I would finish fast, like all the time. Maybe that's why I didn't go any further because it was really not necessary at all. Like truly not necessary at all. But also I wasn't like how I am today still. I'm not like talking about sex. I'm like I'll be flirty and cute and then we'll just make out and see where it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of innocent, but then I'm reading this back and I'm just like this is cringy as hell. But I would pass notes with men too, who we would have I would just be passing notes. This is I guess how you communicate. Or you try to be funny, I guess. It's like a way to express yourself. Or like school was boring. We had T9 word. I guess there was Envy. The Envy was like probably the most popular phone when I was in high school. And that was like the first time you could type with a keyboard. But even then, people weren't writing. Most of these are like full page notes.
Right.
Full, some front and back, some 2 pages. And like I'm busting out 3 or 4 of these a day. And then I had to go home and pick the best ones, I guess.
Right.
Which is just wild. But anyways, so I get this it's a Sweethearts candy, and it's like just the only one that isn't a note in this thing. So like it sticks out. Rob, no homo on this. So we're already in that early 2000s homophobia. We need to let everybody know. He needs to let me know this is not actually gay. This Valentine that he sent me, which is cute.
It is sweet.
No homo. We don't. It's
a
wild.
bestie moment.
Yeah, but it is a
Had to
bestie
clarify.
moment. Rob, no homo on this, but there's no reason to hate Valentine's Day when people love you like me. Sweet.
That
That's
is
sweet. This year has been a blast. The laughs, swimming, munchies. We didn't smoke weed one time. We've never. Me and this
munchies.
this person
Talking
has
about, like,
never
the
smoked weed.
snack munchies. It's like Cheetos
Definitely
and
some of
pretzels
those.
and whatever the fuck else.
Definitely
is in that
just
bag.
going to the store and buying a bunch of snacks. This year has been a blast. The laughs, swimming, munchies, parties, girls, everything. I found out you're a G. Smiley face. But still, where's the beef? All caps. I don't know. Haha. I do know I love you. Happy Valentine's Day, Dan. Which is a nice thing.
Shout out to Dan.
This is aside from the no homo, it's very like supportive male friendship. No, we were good friends. But what was funny to me is there's a condom inside of this.
Yeah, that's wild.
Which at first I'm like, did Dan give me a condom for Valentine's Day? And then I realized, no, this was just where I thought when I was like older, I guess, in high school. I'm like, this is actually the best place for me to hide a condom because I should hide a
You're not
condom
wrong.
from my parents because they shouldn't know that I'm having sex. I wasn't having sex. But like,
if I have sex.
If I have sex, I have which they should be happy about, obviously.
Yeah. Thrilled even.
But I'm like, where can I hide this? Where can I hide this? Inside my notes pouch. Inside the sweethearts thing that danced, my friend. Let me see which one's other. I mean, what do we want here? What are we thinking?
I need you to pull out the typewriter.
Okay, I have a typewriter.
Because this
Which
one
I don't
is
know
crazy
what-
to me.
I don't really know what this is about.
This is my personal favorite
Okay.
of all the ones that you've told me about so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's real. You could look at it. It just have my favorite, potentially my favorite song of all time, Baby Are You Down, that I just wrote on a typewriter.
Yeah, this is just so fucking funny to me. Like the idea of someone whipping out a typewriter, putting paper in there, and letter by letter typing out the lyrics to Down by Jay Sean.
Which is my favorite,
Like,
potentially my favorite song.
This is sick.
Yeah.
This looks really cool and very like sexy and deep.
I need to send
I'm
this to
smart.
someone.
I'm using a typewriter. This is poetry. And you're like messing up. You got some typos on the typewriter in here. Just let it be. Come on and bring your body next to me. I'll take you away. Turn this place into our private getaway.
I did pick some horny lines.
Yeah, for sure. The idea of receiving a note from someone with a typewriter.
I don't know what
Lyric
this,
edition.
how I got my hands on a typewriter.
Yeah,
And I was like, I
did
need
you
to
have
write.
a typewriter?
I need to write a love note.
It's like
clearly.
so that era of Tumblr where people started buying typewriters just for like the aesthetic of it. Like, how did you come into access of one?
I don't know. I don't remember that. Dear Chelsea. I mean, ooh, it is what it is. I won't tell you which notes Chelsea wrote. Sure. But when I was doing, when I found this, because it is like sleepover vibes.
Yeah.
To read a bunch of notes is a kind of sleepover vibes
definitely.
to me. And the first one that I pulled out, that wasn't the sweethearts, just because it's like obvious that needs to come out, was this one that I did write. Most of these I didn't write. It's just like these women that I would talk to every day, and they're so freaking nice.
Yeah.
They're so nice to me. They're so sweet. They're writing games. They're so thoughtful. They're like compliments the whole time, telling me about their day. I'm like, I don't need to reach out to them all. A lot of them are in healthy relationships now, but I'm like, I was friends with some nice ladies,
Yeah.
and they were really sweet. And like from a lot of them, they'll be like, yeah, you are awesome or something like that. I'm like, am I just talking about how great I am in these notes that I'm sending out? Or am I like being like self-deprecating, but like I'll be like, we're so hot. I think I would just say like, we're so cute, we're so hot, we're so this, we're so which is kind of wild.
Well, it's easier to say something like that.
Yeah.
Rather than being like, I find you attractive.
Yeah.
Really?
It's like flirty in a
Right.
like a beat around the bush kind of way.
Right. Yeah.
Which is annoying.
Yeah.
Which I still do. I need to stop beating around the bush and be more direct. But one of the first things that I pulled out, that was just me writing. And I was like, all right, I'm going to read the first one. And I didn't do this a lot. So I don't know, it just happens that these two are song lyrics. But
I promise I wasn't giving girls
I swear
lyrics to Down all the time.
I wasn't. But this was like the little schoolmate in the schoolyard. And I'm like, wait a second. What am I doing here? We'll play Jackson Uno cards. I'll be your best friend and you'll be mine. Space. Next line. Valentine. Space. Yes, you can hold my hand if you want to. Space, because I want to hold yours too. Enter. We'll be playmates and lovers and share our secret worlds.
Giving anybody the lyrics to Big
Big
Girls Don't Cry as like a romantic gesture.
And not the chorus. The bridge, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know what this was. I know I wrote all of the lyrics to One Less Lonely Girl from memory one time in accounting class because I remember I knew all the lyrics. And I would just test myself. But
just to make sure you still got it.
Just to say, exactly. But no, some of these were really, like some, I don't know, should I read a full one?
Yeah, I want to.
You want a full one?
Yeah, I want to know exactly what was going on. I want to know all
with
the
T?
vulnerable details.
Okay, this one is monumental because of, I guess, you're 15. This is the first note written to 15-year-old, 1 year sexier Robbie. Already, like, sweet. Wasn't
So
the
nice.
hottest. I was like an awkward-looking 15-year-old in some ways, for sure. It's gonna suck, but whatever. You don't understand how bad I felt when I realized I forgot. Oh, she forgot my birthday. So this is also I forgot.
Brutal.
That's why it's
You were having your
sexier.
16 candles moment.
I guess I've never seen that either.
That's wild.
Anyway.
You're Molly Ringwald in this scenario.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. Anyway, for your first day, you're looking rather nice. Oh, so I def had a dream about you the other weekend. We were like at a swimming thing and then got really thirsty. So we drank out of the pool and then we were wet. And yeah, it was weird, but it felt really real and it made me miss you a lot. I don't know what to write. 87 days till Christmas. I just counted that out now. Wow. I want to name my kid. I mean, this is hilarious because it is like the meme now that people make fun of, but it's Crystalline with 2 Y's. Krystalynn.
Crystalline. Like one
She has
word,
children now
crystalline.
not named Crystalline. But it is very much like,
Not like Chris. Oh, yeah. No.
it's like the meme of like what white girls want to name their kids.
Krystalynn.
Yes.
If it was like Krista space middle name Lynn, that's fine.
Okay.
Full name, first name
Krista, middle name Lynn.
middle name Lynn.
Especially for
it
two.
can't be Crystalline full first name.
But are you pro tattoos? Would you want to know if/when your son is getting ass?
This is wild.
Then there's a picture.
Okay, we'll answer. Would you?
No. Hey, by the way, like I don't need to know my kid's sex life when it's happening.
There needed to be a
What?
second part of this question.
When?
Like it
It's
needed
when.
to be like a would you
Oh,
rather
if?
this or that?
Yeah.
It needed to have like there needs to be like some stakes. It can't just be like would you want to know? It's like of course I don't want to know.
Yeah.
But it was like would you rather know? It's like what do people say? The horrible one that people say all the time. Where they're like would you rather have sex with your boyfriend or girlfriend's body, but it's the mind of your parent, or your parent's body, but the mind of your boyfriend, girlfriend. There needed to be like some stake like that made it hard to answer versus just like, so would you want to know when your son is getting ass?
Yeah, we're gonna go no. But
For
hey,
sure, no.
we're all over the place anyway, so I can't be too. Then there's a picture. Big bed with a bunch of pillows and white sheets. And then there's a room for me and this girl have a room in this apartment. And then there's a view that equals sex. Sexy view.
Oh, yeah, okay. The view
You see
is
view
sex.
equals sex.
Totally.
Sexy view. There's a lake.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like, we're getting the city.
Yeah.
And we're also getting the country. with
Right.
The lake and the.
A little bit of everything.
And then the lights on this. Then it just, to close out the note. Late night sex, Patron on ice, something. Baby, you can have whatever you like. I'm going to read the one that I wrote in a second.
Okay.
But this is 12/14/2006. I got my first girlfriend 12/2/2006.
Okay.
So this is 12 days into
Absolutely
a relationship.
monumental.
And I mean, it's not really, I'll read it, but it's more just like, this is so intense for 12 days into a relation. Like now, what? I'm in geography and I'm so bored, so I thought I'd write you a note. Yeah, I feel so bad about Justin. I mean, he's scary and all, but he's a human. Ugh, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I think he really likes me, but I'm not sure. All right, we're just addressing someone has a crush on you. I miss you. Yeah, I know how pathetic, considering I just saw you. LMFAO. What can I say? I'm crazy about you. You'd better do your Spanish homework. Seriously, I don't mean to nag you, but I just care. Sad face. I don't know why Sam doesn't sit with us at lunch anymore. Whatever. I liked hugging you today. I love your hugs. And haha, I do my best to try to get taller when I hug you, but it's not cute. Underlined, not. LOL. Okay, I have to go. I love you a lot.
Cute.
She broke up with me in like a month after this and broke my heart.
But the love was real.
Was it?
For the month that it existed.
You think so? Did you have love? I mean, how were you tossing the word love around? 8th grade. 2006, not as much.
Well,
but 8th grade, were you tossing the word love around?
You don't want to know the things I was tossing around in this
Okay.
diary of mine that I found.
What were you tossing around? Do you have it out?
Yeah, I emailed it to myself. Because I never passed notes. Or if I did, I didn't save them.
Okay.
But what I did do was have...
Which is a normal thing, to not save them.
Yeah.
To not have 500 notes.
Right.
Which I haven't looked at literally in over 10 years.
Yeah.
I'm not like reading it was a struggle for me to have to read them.
It was like I probably, pre having a laptop, I probably was writing more stuff down physically, but I definitely don't have it anymore. The stuff that I do have, though, is everything that I wrote in the notes app of my first MacBook computer. Or it wasn't even notes app, it was like text edit at that point, and it was just like this big long Word document that I would write in every single day. And
what were you doing in school though? Paying attention?
Yeah, I guess so. Or I was drawing in like the doodles of the margins of my agenda and like the margins of my notebooks.
Okay.
I don't know that I was passing notes as much, or we were just texting in class.
You could text in class.
I mean, you weren't supposed to, but definitely did.
People could figure it out.
Yeah.
We were like, there was still, because you need to do T9 Word for a lot of, like, at the first 2 years, and then people got Envies and Voyagers or whatever, and then, like, iPhones, I guess, eventually.
Yeah.
But,
I didn't have an iPhone until, like, my sophomore year of high school, I think.
Okay.
I had, like, random, like,
Sidekick. No.
I had a BlackBerry
You
for
did.
most of middle school.
Okay.
And then I had, like, we were on Sprint and T-Mobile when I was younger. So we never got any of the cool phones that, like, Verizon had.
Okay.
Or AT&T had.
Yeah,
Or they had,
Verizon
like,
had
the
cool
Envies
phones.
and
They
the
had
chocolates.
Voyager,
and
yeah.
none of that. All my friends had those. I had, like, it was basically like the Verizon or the Sprint or T-Mobile equivalent of those phones. So I had one that looked like the chocolate, and then I had one that looked like an Envy, but it wasn't quite that.
Yeah, even that, it's hard to write. I mean, I'm writing long messages.
Yeah.
So, like, and you could read a note in class, and the teachers don't know, you know what I mean? Like, they don't know what you're doing. If you're writing a note, they don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, it was hard to be super slick.
Yeah.
And get across a good, unless I would have to be on my phone the entire time.
Yeah.
Because some of these notes probably took me a lot of the period.
Right.
To write.
And I wish I had more like physical notes.
Copies.
Like that.
Yeah. Very long form. Which I guess you're just saving it for, I guess the other thing would be you could do diary entries like at school.
Yeah.
But that gets a
sure
lot.
Wasn't doing that.
That's a lot.
It was when I got home that I would.
And you would unpack. Like, would you be thinking throughout the day, you're like, I can't wait to write about this?
Yes.
You would.
In the 8th grade specifically.
Okay.
8th grade was like huge year for me.
For writing.
Yeah. I had my like first crush in the 8th grade. I like had little mini crushes before, but 8th grade was like the first time I experienced like infatuation.
And
with
was
someone.
that person giving you back?
Yeah, at the time.
It was flirting.
It was, but it's like, 13-year-old flirting. So our
Which
lockers.
is, I love you and I care about you a lot.
Our lockers were next to each other's.
Yeah, okay.
So there was a lot of like, I thought every little thing was like so romantic and sweet. Like if he had opened my locker door for me or waited with me by the locker to walk to class with me, I would like have a whole 3-page essay to write in my diary when I got home. That was all it needed. Yeah. It didn't need to be anything more than that. It was just like, he was nice to me today, and now I'm going to write about it for like 3 whole page entries.
But this girl that was just saying, I love you, I care about you, we kissed. She broke up with me, and we had plans to go to the movies, and we still went to the movies. And after the movie, that was the first time we kissed. So at this point, we had never kissed. I wasn't allowed to hang out after school.
Love yous.
I love you. I love you a lot.
Didn't need to at that age, though.
Yeah.
Like, I feel
which is wild.
When you're younger and you're feeling intensely about someone for the first time, you're like, this must be love.
So
because you don't know anything else. This is the first time you've like felt feelings that intense.
I'm 13.
Yeah.
And I'm saying love. I mean, I was very
There's
sheltered.
no
It was
way
wild.
that I could feel this way.
I know.
I've never felt this way before. Like, this must be
And now
the real
if I
deal.
like somebody, I am emotional. I like them a lot. But I just am
Totally.
like, I don't want to tap into that
Yeah.
emotion without like doing a lot of vetting.
Sure.
We can't just be like letting anybody in.
Sure. Yeah.
I love you
yeah,
a lot.
Yeah.
12 days in,
Yeah.
which I asked out on AIM.
Totally.
There wasn't even somebody I asked out in person. This is like you
Right.
see each other in person. It's kind of
The
awkward.
relationship hasn't had its natural time to grow.
No.
You weren't growing into love yous. Love yous were just happening.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I don't think I initiated.
Yeah.
I think this girl had like 5 boyfriends already. She was battle tested with the boyfriends. But okay, so you would write. So do you think you were probably less reckless with the writing if it's on a computer and it's like thought out after the day, or you don't think so?
It's super cringe.
Okay.
the things
Also,
that
though,
I was
mine
writing
was
here.
going to someone.
Yeah.
Yours
Mine
was going to the void.
to me, nobody else was going to see it. I also wasn't posting this. It wasn't like I was posting it on Tumblr or
Okay.
like anywhere where anybody could read it. This was for my eyes only.
And some people would use Tumblr as like a diary.
For sure. And I eventually would in high school.
Okay.
But
This was before.
This was middle school.
Okay.
This was middle school going into high school that I was doing this on my laptop. I had in the 8th grade, this guy that I really liked, I had made a list of 100 reasons why I liked him.
Okay.
And
Sweet. That's a
wild.
classic.
Sweet.
I've thought about. I almost wrote 100 reasons why I like somebody this year. It
happens.
It's good.
Sometimes it happens.
Sometimes you have 100 reasons and you need to write about them.
And
I've been there.
when I would go to sleepovers, my friends would be like, "Read us number 32."
I
Read
love
us
that,
number
especially
56."
you get like 6 in a row that all kind of like tie together.
Yeah.
Like
Or
there's
people
little
would just-
poems throughout the 100 reasons,
Right.
and they have beats, and then you maybe do some callbacks.
Sure.
You could really get a lot done with
But
the 100 reasons.
that whole 8th grade year was like building this list of
Okay.
100 reasons, which I still need to find. I wish I couldn't find it for today, but I need to do some digging when I'm home for Christmas.
And it's all online though.
It's on my old computer, so
Okay.
I have to go. It's at my parents' house somewhere. I'll have to just
Fire it up
find it.
and get it on the internet somehow. Like yourself, like a
Yeah,
cloud,
I'll
not
email
necessarily
it.
like public. Yeah.
That's what I did with these.
Yeah.
Because I found these because I emailed this to myself in 2018 so that I wouldn't forget it. So I just went back in my emails when I did it the first time.
Okay.
But I wrote a love bucket list
Okay.
of everything I wanted to experience in my love life. Keep in mind, I was 13 when I wrote this.
Okay.
And I didn't even have my first kiss until I was 18.
Okay.
So this was a whole lot. The whole world was in front of me.
So this is based on. It's like when I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to watch like a lot of movies. So I would watch a lot of Disney movies,
Okay.
and then maybe I got into some like rom-coms by the time that I'm
Mm-hmm.
13, writing this 2006. So your idea of love is, I guess, your parents
Yeah.
and
Movies.
movies. What
Yeah.
was the movie like? What you think was the biggest influence on probably this list?
We didn't have, my parents never had like rules for what we could or couldn't watch.
Okay.
So I was sort of watching everything. I was already watching porn. So I feel
At
like
13.
yeah.
Okay. So that is influenced
Yeah,
this
this
list a
is
little bit?
influencing
Okay. All
all
right.
of it.
Porn has influenced
Yeah,
this.
porn has influenced
I'm
it.
like, what Disney movies influenced this list?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh no, actually porn.
Yeah, but I feel like I was probably more than movies. I was probably influenced by YouTubers and YouTube couples.
Okay.
And like watching people
Oh,
do like
YouTube
boyfriend
couples.
tags and do like videos
Oh.
with their boyfriends. As cringe as it was like everything to me at the time.
Okay.
And
Okay. So it's not like The Notebook.
no.
So
Yeah, no.
should be less cringe. It sounds like cooler than what I would have
Don't
come
get
up
your hopes
with.
up.
No, all right.
Well, there's
all
like
right.
some really, really standard ones. Like the first thing on my love bucket list is to have my first kiss.
Okay.
Standard.
Extremely.
And then they start to get a little bit more specific.
Okay.
Number 2 is cuddle on the beach at sunrise.
Have you done it?
No, still
Okay.
never done that.
Okay.
Still work to do on this bucket list.
Okay.
But the third one is ride around town on the same bike.
Cute. I don't
Why?
think this is cringe at all.
This is
Oh, on the same bike. Like a tandem
And this
bike
is a-
or somebody on the
like a
pegs?
tandem bike. Then no, I definitely wanted to like sit on the handlebars.
Oh, on the peg. Or okay, on the handlebars.
Like I wanted. This is a bucket list, mind you. This is most important to me. Must do it before I die.
Okay.
I have to ride around town on the same bike.
This
on
is
the
100
handlebars.
things though.
No, this is that.
Oh, this isn't 100.
No.
Oh,
This is just
okay,
a
okay,
list.
okay. Oh, I see.
Okay, number 4. Trace around the tips of each other's fingers.
Like making a turkey on Thanksgiving.
I guess. I don't know if it was like I don't know. I literally simply could not tell you what I meant by that or why it was so important to me that I experienced it.
Cute.
Is it?
I guess 13 it's cute. Now I would be like,
Yeah, be serenaded from outside my window.
okay. Do you still want that?
I don't think so. I wouldn't hate it. I think it was funny now. I wouldn't be like, this is romantic.
You
I'd be like,
wouldn't.
this is a bit. This is funny.
It's like Ken vibes.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a cute music video montage of our relationship be made for me. This is what I wanted.
Okay.
More than
That's
anything.
fun. I would still want that. Let's make a music video.
Be proposed a big question of any sort by form of flash mob.
Okay. What? Like a big question by what would be a big question?
Like, be my girlfriend, I guess.
Oh.
That's
go to
probably what I meant
prom,
by that. Prom, anything
girlfriend.
like that. Which I was not asked to prom. Never was
Okay.
asked to a single dance
Okay.
in high school. So, I think we
Did
missed
you
out
ask
on
someone?
that. I asked one of my friends to prom. And there's like other more normal ones. Still, like, it makes me cringe to read this, but it's be pinned up against a wall and kissed. Play with each other's tongues.
Have you had that?
Yeah, I mean, for
You've
sure.
pinned up a wall.
Sure.
Played with each other's tongues.
Yeah.
That's cute if you've never done it.
Right.
You do it once, you're like, I got the gist.
Sing a romantic duet.
Okay. Do you
Make-
want to do that?
No.
No?
But that was definitely High School Musical influenced.
Oh, really?
Sure.
We're breaking free. We're soaring. We're flying.
Yeah.
I would love to be, I can't sing well, but like go to karaoke and crush with someone. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
I think about that sometimes.
But it's one of those things that probably seems better in your head than it is in actuality.
Well, she's got to be up to stuff. I could get a crowd going. I could crush with Lucky by myself,
Okay.
and I can't sing well.
Crush with luck.
But I've crushed karaoke with a bad singing voice many times because I get the audience involved. So somebody who can put on a show. Ideally, they're the star.
Yeah.
But I think that's fun. Sing a duet.
Sing a duet. Make vlogs together, in parentheses, boyfriend tag.
Okay.
This
So
was
that
my
was like
goal.
a thing that.
I think part of why I wanted a boyfriend as a teenager was to use him as a prop in my YouTube videos.
You had a lot of creative direction for men.
Yeah. Oh, we had big visions of how to document this teenage love that was never executed.
You wouldn't want to do that now?
I mean, I probably would still be inspired by love in a way that I would make things, but not in the way that I wanted
Then.
to at this age.
Yeah.
It would be much different now.
Damn. That's
No
so
boyfriend
funny.
tags ever.
What's a
Never.
boyfriend tag? I don't even know what that means.
It was like a series that people used to do where it would just be like you'd sit down with your boyfriend and answer like a preset list of questions about your relationship.
Oh.
Go laser tagging.
Fun. Laser tagging was a huge
Laser tagging
thing in
huge.
my town also.
Cute
I went-
water gun fights.
Okay, cute water gun fights.
Yeah.
Not too aggressive.
Cute water gun fights.
Yeah.
Be hugged from behind.
Okay.
Bar's getting lower as we
That
go
is
on.
getting lower.
Have him dress up as my celebrity crush.
Okay.
Take Tumblr pictures together. See, this is what I'm
So
saying.
you were on Tumblr.
I was all about content. I was content brain early on.
You wanted a content boyfriend.
Yeah. I wanted to be what other people would yearn for. I wanted to have a life that somebody else would
Okay.
look at and be like, "Oh, she's
Okay.
cool. She's cool and she has a hot boyfriend and they take cute Tumblr pictures together."
It was less about you.
Yeah, I was going for the vision.
It was all about the okay. Interesting.
Mhm.
You saw what you liked, and you were like, I can do this maybe better,
Yeah.
or at least just as
Exactly.
good.
If this was me, I could totally.
You were
make some
taking like little
banger
pieces of people that
videos.
you liked,
Yeah.
and you were like, I have actually a bigger
Exactly.
vision than
Yep.
all of this. Okay.
Gang up and play pranks on people.
You like to prank.
What can I say?
That's YouTube, I guess. Pranks were popular.
Like to prank back in the day. Play GameCube in PJs. Very
That's
of
fun.
The time.
That's still something.
Yeah, the last one on this list is babysit little kids together.
That's something I wanted to do because that's what my cousins would. My cousins would
really?
babysit us on date night. I was even thinking I would
That's-
babysit my little cousins more.
It kind of is cute, but it's
Like if I had a girlfriend, I would be like more likely to go babysit my little cousins because I don't need to be out, and like my little cousins are funny. And they live close. What is this? This is
worse.
worse. What is this? An entry?
So this is like 8th grade, summer after 8th grade into freshman year.
That's a big time.
And the guy that I had a crush on for all of 8th grade was away for the whole summer. So we talked very sparingly. And then I saw him at orientation for freshman year. And this is what I went home and wrote.
Okay. And he was flirty to you in 8th grade.
He was very flirty. And listen, these diary entries are the proof of my first heartbreak.
Okay.
These aren't fun diary entries.
Oh, this is
this is the beginning of the end.
okay.
But I didn't know it.
Okay.
But you need to understand the headspace that I was in at the beginning.
Because you wrote a lot about this person.
Mm-hmm. I'll change his name.
This is when you need like people need to have more grace. I think of just like you can't like this guy.
Yeah. Well,
Like, I think about that sometimes. I'm like, I hope I wasn't mean to, or you know what I mean,
No.
like broke somebody's heart
He
in
was-
such a
he- you know
devastating
what?
way.
He never was mean to me ever. I always, even after this, I always liked him. Was always friendly with him. And we did hook up when we were in college.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
That's nice.
So we were never on bad terms ever.
That's good.
But he was just the first person that I ever had.
That you had a
huge
devastating-
crush on.
This is why I
It was a
don't want to break
devastating
hearts.
loss to me.
Breaking somebody's heart is
Yeah.
it's sad. Heartbreak is hard.
Yeah. So I'll change his name. He's gonna be Jack now.
Jack.
Yeah. Altering the name. So I saw Jack at orientation the other day and I died. I haven't gotten butterflies like that since the last day of school. I'm still in love with him. I want him
Let's go.
so bad. And if I could write a letter to him and say everything I want to say without being judged or him not liking me for the rest of my life, I would say this. Oh my God. So dramatic.
Is there a world he watches this?
Maybe.
We did a nice hour and 20 minutes
no,
to
no.
weed him out.
No. He very well might.
Okay.
Jack, you're perfect. I love everything about you.
Jack's hot, by the way. He's perfect.
He is perfect.
Okay.
I don't know how else to explain it other than I've completely fallen in love with you throughout the past year. I feel like I'm meant to be with you. Like there's just something about you that I need. I feel like it's right. That I shouldn't be with anyone, that I shouldn't be in anyone else's arms but yours. That you're the only lips I should be kissing. Oh my God. I want to.
It's not that bad.
It is though to
No.
me. To me, it's bad.
So far, it's not that bad.
but it's so.
This is like pretty standard.
It's so intense.
It's standard for it's like, all right, well, you're the only person I want to kiss.
But I'm not sending this to him.
No, you're just getting it, your notes app, and then we
Right.
sleep on it,
Yeah.
which is good.
I want to kiss you. I want to hug you. I want to cuddle with you. I want to do so many things with you. You are everything I've ever wanted. You're my dream guy. It just seems so right. And if something's meant to be, I believe that it will be. And I hope and pray every day that it will be something at one point. I've spent the last year of birthday wishes, shooting stars, 11/11s, and eyelashes on you.
Well, you know what? It worked. You did hook up.
Fucking-
You did a lot of wishing.
yeah, we did a lot of wishing. We
this
hooked up
is-
7 years after this was written.
But it did happen.
It did happen.
I think the 11/11s worked.
You're all I want. I want your arms. And as far as I'm concerned, if it got to a certain level of trust and a good relationship, I would even lose my virginity to you.
Oof. I like that you were protective of it.
But you're the only guy I've ever even thought of that with, because you have no flaws. And I'm
No
in
flaws.
love with you.
It's flawless.
You have no flaws, and I'm in love with you and only you. I could spend the next 4 years of my life waiting for you, and I will.
I will.
And I will.
And I will.
I
This
love you,
is
and I
amazing.
won't give up until I at least get a chance to prove myself. You are my dream. I love you.
A lot of I love yous.
She was wild.
Yeah. I mean, you had a little crush. You never told him?
Oh, he knew.
How did this go away?
Well, wouldn't you like to know?
Okay.
We've got it documented.
Okay.
I remember this vividly.
Okay.
I remember.
I mean, of course.
And I need you to know.
Years of 1111's eyelashes, every wish that you had, you spent on this man. Of course, you're going to remember the heartbreak.
This was the first dance of our freshman year of high school. I need you to know that this story, if you need a soundtrack for it, listen to In the Dark by Dev, because that is the song that was playing while all of this was happening.
Okay.
And I'll never forget it because it impacted me that much.
In the Dark by Deb. Okay. I don't know that song.
Dance,
Should we play
dance, to dance, dancing in the dark.
Oh.
Oh, na, na.
Okay.
Oh, na, na.
Not a breakup song.
No. Well, we were at the
Okay,
school
I know
dance
this song. I know
where
this
we're
song.
having
Alright,
this.
this is at the
I'm
school
having
dance.
this revelation at the school dance. This
In
song
high
is
school?
playing in high school.
We
First
didn't
dance.
have school dances in high school like that.
We did
So
until
what
they
was
were
the
taken
vibe?
away because my town. Yeah, they banned school dances after my freshman year of high school.
Okay. A little
So we
footloose
only
situation.
had prom. It was a footloose situation. We only had prom because people were grinding and taking chairs out into the middle of the dance floor to give lap dances. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I didn't see it happen, but
Okay.
allegedly that's why.
And this was like plain clothes dance.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the cafeteria.
Not okay. We had that in middle school, not high school.
Okay.
All right. So
Oh my God, I need to start a blog or something. Like, I'm awkward and I just can't deal with all this pain anymore. I'm trying to hide it as best I can, but I constantly want to break into tears. I can't understand why I can't have a normal life like everyone else I know.
I like that. Your solution was a blog.
Yeah.
That's
just talking to
healthy.
myself.
That's no, but like
I would just go home and sit in my room and listen to Lady Gaga and One Direction and talk
you were
to
a One
myself.
Direction fan?
I was a One Direction fan.
One Direction too.
My room was covered in posters for every single person that I ever loved ever. I was a fangirl in high school.
Night Changes was one of my favorite songs of
Banger.
all time. And then it became very popular on TikTok and
Yeah.
I was like, I was ahead of the curve.
I'm more of a early album Direction fan than I am the later albums. The first two were the best to me.
I
which
wouldn't know
Is controversial.
how to assign, but like I like
Gotta
You
Be
Don't Know
You.
You're Beautiful,
Banger.
but the message not great in hindsight.
Yeah, that song's whatever. Other songs on that album are better.
Okay.
Gotta Be You. People sleep on to this
That
day.
was your fave. But I like that you have a health. You're not like, I want to do drugs. I want to take
No.
shots. I want to do.
No, I
You
didn't
just are like, I need a blog
didn't
to get rid of this
drink
pain.
or try weed until I was 18 either.
Same. I didn't drink till I was 18.
When I was a baby, I was a baby.
Yeah, same.
Doing baby things. Just for once, I wanted something to work out for me.
Just for freaking once.
Just for fucking once.
One freaking time. This
Don't
big
I
thing that I've
fucking
wished
get
everything.
it.
My only wish for the last 3 years. Just one time, I
one
would have liked
thing.
the only thing I wished for to come true.
That's how it felt.
Yeah, for sure.
So basically, at the dance, Jack was grinding up on, let's call her Sarah,
Sarah and Jack.
the whole time. After he clearly attempted to grind on me 3 times, but I got nervous and panicked, and yeah, it just didn't happen. And I'm not that type of girl. I was
he
in my
tried?
not like other girls ever.
The thing about Jack is he's a
He made an
14-year-old boy.
attempt, and I didn't go through with
And
it.
he wants to grind,
he
he's gonna
moved on
grind.
swiftly.
Yeah. You wanted romance.
I wanted romance.
And he wanted to grind.
He wanted to grind. And I would have lost my virginity to him if only he had read the diary entries.
But if things went well.
Was the bar that high? All
I
he had
guess
to
not.
do was
Yeah.
trace the tips of my fingers.
Damn. I wonder what would have happened if you would have grinded.
Well, so and this is why I remember
Also,
In the Dark
grinding is-
by Dev playing, because when I saw them grinding, that was the song it was happening to. And the room starts spinning.
And he
I'm
tried
like-
with you beforehand.
He tried with me beforehand, and I dodged him.
Which is also just like he comes up behind you with his half-hard penis.
Yeah.
And tries to get
And
it
I was
full hard. Is that like what middle school grinding is?
I guess.
And
This
you
was
were
freshman
like,
year.
This
Please.
isn't all right. Freshman year, you're like, this isn't romantic enough.
No. So basically, I wanted to die that whole night. He came up to me at the end to see if I was okay, which I clearly wasn't, but I wasn't going to tell him that.
So he knew.
Yeah, he could tell.
He tried with you. He was like, she's not that into this.
And I'm pretty sure I immediately went to the bathroom and sobbed when I saw him with the other girl. And
Did you have a bestie to help you with this?
Oh yeah, the girlies.
The girlies knew.
The girlies showed up and out.
They did. Okay.
Because listen,
All right,
they've been
good.
witnessing this for like
They
the
know.
last year.
Okay.
They've seen a whole year of flirting with this.
This
boy.
is he has 100 lists of
This is
reasons
the guy
you
that I
like.
made 100. They know everything.
number 47.
Yeah, they know 47,
Yeah,
72.
Okay.
All of them. And
they're
so
witnessing it too.
the girlies witnessed it, and they were
This
like,
is
"This
tea.
is a travesty."
Yeah. That's the fun thing about the girlies.
The
is they
whole-
can really hype
this
up
is
the
the thing.
smallest.
The whole
not that
summer,
it's small. Not
while
that it's
he
small.
was gone all summer,
Yeah.
besties were having the sleepover every night of the week. They were indulging in the list of 100 while he was gone.
Yeah.
Because I was in my brain all summer being like, I can't wait for him to get back and, have his phone again and be able to talk. And
Yeah. That is funny. The girlies are supportive.
the
I was
girlies
talking to
were
somebody
supportive.
this year, and she told me I went to Portugal on vacation, and before I went, she was like, my best friend is like, I can't wait for him to just fucking go to Portugal already. I'm tired of hearing about it. And I forgot about how supportive the girlies are to each other. Like,
yeah.
I
always think
don't
it's
think my
so-
friends will be like, can't wait for this girl you're talking to do to finish her
Yeah.
vacation. I don't want to hear about it anymore. Which
Yeah,
I was like, that's
so
sweet
funny.
in a way.
Yeah,
It made me be like, oh, that's sweet.
I've always thought it was funny when I've been seeing someone and they've been surprised that my friends have known more
A lot
about
of-
them
yeah.
than they realized they would. I'm like, what do you think this is?
Yeah.
My best friends know every thought that's ever passed through my brain. Okay.
I guess some of my closest friends do too. Yeah. That's so funny. Okay. So the girlies are supportive when you're in the
Girlies are supportive.
bathroom. Which is important.
Okay, so he came up to me to see if I was okay, which clearly I wasn't, but I wasn't going to tell him that. I was perfectly fine as far as anybody else had to know.
Okay, so can I get what this looks like? Do you think you were able to sell it?
No.
No?
No shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maddie, are you okay? How do you
Be like-
envision?
Yeah. No eye contact.
Okay.
looking away.
No eye contact.
Just like,
It's not, are your eyes still red?
oh, I totally have like
Okay.
puffy face.
Puffy face.
But then I'm like, just like shaking my head no and looking away. Definitely.
Okay.
That's absolutely how I handled it.
Okay.
So that was whatever. It was brushed off, even though I still had to deal with that pain. Then
Yeah, for sure.
some more time passed and we went to the football game. Everything was fine. He kind of ignored me, not purposefully. He just didn't say anything to me and was all over Sarah all night. I felt like he was trying to rub it in my face. It hurt again, like everything else in my life. Then I get home from the game and he started chatting to me on Facebook about how he feels bad about the whole situation, but he doesn't know the solution and blah, blah, blah. And I don't even want to
Look,
type
I feel
it out.
bad. I was really trying to grind with you, but like I needed
But
to
like,
grind tonight.
Sarah's here now. So this whole year of
Yeah.
buildup that we've been doing, it's over.
Like
now.
I acknowledge that you probably feel bad and I
Right.
feel bad about it.
Acknowledging that this was for sure something, but no longer.
But like you don't want to grind, I need to grind. Damn. Okay.
And I don't even want to type it out because I hate thinking about how all this started. Later, I got a message from him basically saying that he heard that I was always upset and hated my life because of him, which is completely false. He specified 2 people who said some things to him.
Oh no, the girlies leaked info?
Well,
Who? What was there? Someone on the inside?
I'm
Jack
trying to
was
think of-
hot.
Jack was hot.
Was somebody trying to swindle Jack? Also, all these things you liked
Well,
about him, you're selling somebody's dream.
Listen, I was telling people the juice.
Yeah.
And it was being used against me. But here's the thing.
Damn, one of the girlies fell in
Here's
love
the
with Jack.
fucking thing. He specified to people who said some things. He specified 2 people who said some things to him. Changing the names here.
Okay. We have Sarah and Jack.
Anna
Anna.
and Wendy.
Wendy. Okay. Anna and Wendy.
Both of which I barely know and am not friends with.
Okay.
So info was being leaked to people outside of my circle.
Out of the girlies.
And those people
Okay.
were telling him. I did not know these people. I was never friends with these people. So I was kind of like, what the fuck? And he was like, I've been through this phase before and I know that you can get over me and some shit like that. And then he was like, and we're still friends and it can just be like the same way it was in 8th grade. And at this point, I'm like, fuck my life. I responded asking who said that I was always upset because I'm perfectly fine. Nothing about you makes me upset. I just get jealous sometimes.
You said that.
Yes, allegedly. That's
Damn.
just me. Then basically I said, I don't know where any of this came from and how anything changed since the end of the year, but I've always considered him a friend and want him to do whatever makes him happy and whatever he personally wants to do. So that's how it went, and that's how it will be forever. You have no idea how badly that my gut hurts from all of this, but I can't say anything about it because more people will start thinking that I'm depressed or some shit. And it just bothers me that people I barely even know would start shit and tell people I'm some depressed fuck that's creepily obsessed with Jack.
Some depressed fuck. One thing about me is I will not be seen as a depressed fuck who's creepily obsessed with Jack.
One thing about me, I may write a list of 100 reasons why I like someone, but you will not call me a depressed fuck that is creepily obsessed with Jack.
No chance. That's funny.
Yeah. Ugh, I hate how this is happening to me. Why me? Why with him? Why can't anything work out for me? Because I'm still in love with him and it's going to stay that way. So I don't know how to deal with all my emotions right now. Nothing's worth it without him. And now I have no hope whatsoever. I don't even know what to do with myself at this point. I'm just going to end this by quoting Awkward, one of my favorite shows. Sometimes being a teenager makes you want to die.
Sometimes being a teenager makes you want to die. You're not wrong. Damn, that's quite the love story.
Yeah.
I can't believe you guys hooked up eventually.
Yeah, me neither, to be totally honest. And he initiated that. I never
He
would've.
did.
Yeah.
He was living in New York?
No, this was over the Christmas break one year.
Interesting. I guess you're like, I gotta for the story.
Oh, yeah. I always said that he was the only person that I went to high school with that I would have sex with. I did end up having sex with someone else I went to high school with, but that was, I don't know what happened there.
I only had sex with one person that I went to high school with. My ex.
Yeah.
I think I would probably keep that way.
Yeah. I had no interest in anyone I went to high school with. He was the only person in my high school that I ever had a crush on.
Yeah.
Anybody else that I liked during high school went to different schools.
Okay.
People I knew through theater and whatever else I was doing.
Because it was like a regional thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I never. I mean, there's people. I mean, obviously, I had these little crushes too, and they're beautiful. But people move on.
Yeah.
Also, I never wanted. I still liked my ex a lot after we broke up. I also just felt bad about my behavior in the relationship. So I was like, I don't need to be hooking up with people she knows.
Yeah. Listen.
Like that we all know.
Got some morals.
Yeah.
Got some boundaries.
Also, she would then just for sure never talk to me. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
if I want to
yeah,
close
yeah,
this door, I could hook up with people from high school.
Right.
And that would for sure close the door.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I'm lying.
But
I don't think I hooked up with somebody from high school.
I wish that I kept doing diary stuff in a private way. When I switched to doing this on Tumblr, I caused myself all kinds of issues.
Because people would read it.
Yeah. The people that I was seeing would read it.
Which is hard.
Yeah.
I mean, you do this now. It's
Right.
hard to like talk. I don't know what
Totally.
I don't know what to
But it's
fucking
like
talk about.
Now
I have tea. I don't know.
back then I would say anything.
Yeah.
Now it's like I'm not gonna tell intimate details about someone I'm actively seeing.
Yeah.
I might talk about it after the fact. And I think most of the time I'm sharing not what actually happened, but how I felt about it. Like, I think in the last 2-3 years, I haven't really talked about the people that I've dated in the last 2-3 years, but I've talked about how they made me feel. Or like
Okay.
I've talked about, I dated someone earlier this year who I ended things with because the communication was like so terrible. I never shared any of like the intimate stories of dating him or anything that happened or any of our conversations. And I never would.
Yeah.
It's more about how I feel and how I reflected or what I've learned rather than like the specifics of the situation, because I don't think it really matters.
I also feel like with everything, you can always say how you feel.
Yeah.
You don't owe anybody
Totally.
it's like I can always talk about how I'm affected by something. Yeah. No, I was saying nonsense. I was not having real unpacking of my emotions or how I'm feeling. Like, I'm sure I was sad. Like the first time I got broken up with, I fainted the next day at a confirmation retreat. And
That's wild.
which I was up all night on AIM. And my mom eventually read that, which was not great because I fainted and then they like went through my computer. Which I fainted in the middle of a like mass.
Mm-hmm.
It was like in this chapel that I was supposed to be sleeping at for a weekend. And I didn't sleep the night before. And we weren't going to get back together. But it was a week after I had my first kiss, and I was like, kissing is crazy. So I wanted to, obviously. Obviously, I was saying I love you 12 days into this relationship. And I fainted. And they didn't stop the mass. The people in the mass
They
were
said,
walking
"Jesus
over
waits
me.
for no one,
Nobody.
bitch."
And I came
Everybody
to,
go get the body of
and
Christ.
everyone was
Ignore
back
the
in their
boy
seat.
on the floor.
And people will hit me up after. They were like, yo, that was crazy that they just made us walk over you. And while you're in the middle of the aisle,
wild.
which is like almost a horror movie.
Yeah, definitely.
But that was the beginning of me being emotional. But it's like we were just tossing around I love yous here.
We've already been going for so long, so I'm going to just breeze past these submissions. Thank you guys for submitting.
Sorry, we're
some questions
talking.
for us, but we've been talking for 3.5 hours. So
Oh, really?
yes.
Is it all?
Yeah.
Oh,
What do you mean?
like we took some breaks.
So we're going to skip doing the submissions, but we'll definitely have to have Robbie back on at some point. We'll have to have you and Sebastian back on at some point soon.
Yeah. Listen to Loud About Nothing.
You guys
It's great. It's fun.
Yeah.
We have been talking more like this, I would say, recently.
And I love it. I'm
You
a
like
huge fan
it?
of
You
that.
like when we're spilling tea?
I
And
love
being
it. I
emo?
listen to every episode. I am a Lan fan
You're a Land fan?
before I am anything else.
A fan of Land. I don't know what to
people are
call the Sebastian says the hotties, but Land fans. It's more up my alley.
Lan fan is
The Land
Hit it.
fans. No, please listen to the podcast. Thank you. And also I'm doing a show in New York City. Kind of inspired by this. Called Love is Embarrassing, where I might read some of these notes on stage and inspire an improv set. And I also want to hear, I think there's a lot of stories about like the things people did in pursuit of love, in like wanting, I don't know, while they're in love, in a relationship of like, oh yeah, you do embarrassing things. Like the most embarrassing shit that I've probably ever done is because I wanted somebody to like me.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too.
Or like, was I like somebody so much and I'm like, I would do this for them.
Yeah.
And like, this is an example. This shit is embarrassing. I mean, these girls are angels. And a lot of this stuff is actually not that embarrassing for them. But reading through like my little schoolgirl in the schoolyard, Big Girls Don't Cry, I'm like, what am I writing? The most embarrassing shit that I've done is me trying to impress somebody. Or like, I don't know, you just are the most vulnerable with that. So I think it's fun.
I'm so excited. It's gonna
Inspiration
be
for
incredible.
like a show. I think inviting people on, people's have good stories. I mean, your stuff was incredible.
Listen, when I find this list of 100 reasons why I like this
everyone
man,
has done.
everyone's gonna lose their minds.
Yeah, and I think it's like it varies a lot of the embarrassing things people have done.
Yeah.
Because I've at different stages of life, I've done different embarrassing things.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an improv show in New York City. It's a small theater. It will be the day before Valentine's Day, February 13th. So I'll put whatever
Bring your
information.
besties out.
Bring the besties out.
Into
And
the
we ask for the audience submission. So the show will be like half myself and potentially a guest, and then half like people that come to the show writing down things of their experiences. And we have very funny people act out, do comedic scenes, do improv comedy, long form improv comedy if you're a fan. You can just follow me at ROBBIENUNES, and I will post the link for the tickets. Hopefully it's up by the time this comes out. But if not, Love is Embarrassing, February 13th. I think it's going to be a fun show.
Yeah, and I will have all of Robbie's links and the Loud About Nothing show links in the description of this episode so you can check out their stuff, because Robbie and Sebastian are super funny and you will love their show for sure.
It's a cute show. Maddie's been on twice. You can start with Maddie's episodes.
Yeah, there you go. Start with my episodes.
Which are also long and fun. Yeah, thank you so much.
Of course. Thanks for coming on, for reading me your love notes and indulging in the sleepover vibes with me.
For sure, sleepover vibes.
Yeah, for
We're
sure.
about to have pizza right now. And we'll continue off mic.
It's pizza time. The sleepover is being continued.
For sure.
Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for an incredible another year of the show. And I will see you guys in about a month. So happy holidays. Hope you guys have a wonderful new year, and I will see you very soon.